On the cold edge of a glittering city that never slowed down for broken dreams, a little homeless girl named Lily stood barefoot near a crowded sidewalk, clutching a torn yellow shirt to her thin chest as the rain-dark pavement reflected light she could never touch. And on that very morning, the day she quietly turned 9, she had made a birthday wish not for toys, cake, or a home, but simply to eat once without her stomach hurting, a wish she whispered to herself because no one had ever celebrated her birthday before, not since her mother had passed and the streets became her only family. And as people rushed past her with eyes trained on phones and futures, Lily noticed something unusual lying near a luxury car door just a few steps away, a thick leather wallet, heavy, polished, and clearly expensive. And when she picked it up with trembling hands, she felt something she had never held before, not just money, but responsibility, because inside were stacks of bills, black cards, and an ID bearing the face of a man whose name filled business magazines and billboards across the city, a billionaire known for buying companies without blinking and walking past suffering without seeing it. And Lily knew she could take the money and disappear into a warm meal for weeks, but something deeper than hunger stopped her, something her mother once taught her before the world fell apart, that even when you have nothing, you still have a choice to be good. So she waited, standing there for hours while the rain soaked her hair and the crowd thinned, until finally the man returned, panic in his eyes as he searched the ground frantically. And when he saw the little girl holding his wallet, her fingers red from cold, he froze, expecting anger or demands, but instead Lily looked up at him and softly said, "Sir, I found this. I think it's yours." And when he snatched the wallet and opened it, checking every card and bill, relief flooded his face before turning into irritation as he noticed her staring hungrily at a bakery window behind him. And with a dismissive tone he reached into the wallet, pulled out a single bill, and handed it to her as if tossing crumbs to a bird. But Lily didn't take it right away. Instead she looked at him with eyes too old for her age and said, "I don't want money, today is my birthday." And something in her voice made him pause, because no one had ever refused his money before. And when he asked why she didn't ask for more, Lily swallowed hard and said, "If I could wish for one thing, I'd wish you wouldn't forget me after today." And in that moment something cracked inside the billionaire, a quiet shatter he hadn't felt since he was a poor boy himself, long before wealth replaced warmth. And for the first time in decades he saw not a problem to solve but a human being standing in front of him, soaked, shaking, and still honest. And without another word he took off his coat and wrapped it around her shoulders, then did something no one had ever seen him do. He knelt on the dirty sidewalk at eye level with her and asked her name. And when she said, "Lily," he felt tears rise as she added, "My mom said lilies grow even in bad places." And that was when he broke, crying openly in the middle of the street as people stared, because he realized all his success had never made him feel as rich as this child's integrity. And that day he didn't just buy her a meal or give her shelter. He changed her life and his own, funding her education, adopting her into a world of safety. And later confessing that her birthday wish, to simply be remembered, had reminded him of the man he used to be before money taught him to forget. And years later Lily would stand on a stage telling her story, proving that kindness from the poorest heart can humble the richest soul. And if this story moved you even a little, if it reminded you that humanity still matters in a world rushing past pain, then don't forget Lily's wish, don't forget stories like this. Subscribe to the channel, because every story you watch helps keep compassion alive, and sometimes, clicking subscribe is how you make sure no one gets forgotten again.